Are crows smarter than we think? Last night I was walking home when a crow landed on a streetlight and stared at me. Not just a glance, like full on eye contact. It felt personal. And it got me wondering, just how smart are crows? Is it just a coincidence or are they actually watching us? Turns out, crows are not just smart, they are brilliant. And after the story of the exploding toads, nothing surprises me anymore about crows. They've been observed using tools, not just sticks to poke at things, but in some cases, even making tools from scratch. There was a famous case with a New Caledonian crow named Betty. Scientists dropped a small bucket of food into a tube and left a straight wire nearby. Betty bent the wire into a hook and pulled the food out. That's not just instinct, that's invention. That's problem solving on a level we usually associate with primates or children. And speaking of children, some crows can count. Researchers trained carrion crows to look at numbers and caught the corresponding amount of times. It wasn't random noise. They were intentionally matching symbols to vocal output. That shows planning, understanding, and vocal control. It means their brains are doing something pretty complex, especially for a bird. Then there is their memory. Crows remember faces, not just for a few minutes, but for years. In one experiment, scientists wore masks while trapping and tagging wild crows. After they released them, the crows didn't forget. They scolded anyone wearing the same mask. And here's the wild part, the behavior spread. Other crows who had never seen the masked person joined in. That means they weren't just remembering, they were teaching others. Generational memory, social learning, gossip basically. And then there are the gifts. There are actual verified stories of crows giving small objects to people who feed them. One of the best known cases is a girl in Seattle named Gabi Mann. She started feeding the crows in her neighborhood and they began leaving her things: buttons, beads, pieces of metal, shiny objects, little offerings. She kept them all in a box. There's even a story about a man named Stuart Dahlquist, also in Seattle, who had been feeding a family of crows for years. One day, they left him a twig with a soda can tab carefully looped into it. Twice. Like a homemade piece of art. Whether it was intentional or just strange crow behavior is still debated. But the fact is, the objects were placed exactly where he feeds them. And that's not random. Crows also gather around their dead. When one dies, others come, calling loudly, circling, sometimes even leaving twigs or leaves. Some scientists think these are learning events, like, hey, what killed Steve? But it's organized. It looks a lot like mourning, like a funeral. And if you've ever heard that a group of crows is called a murder, that's not a joke. That's the actual collective noun, going back to the 1400s. People used to believe crows were messengers of death, that they brought omens of bad luck. And yeah, they're black, sharp-beaked, and they do hang out around battlefields and graveyards. But maybe what people saw as creepy was actually just intelligence. So the next time a crow is watching you, it might not just be watching. It might be remembering you. It might tell its friends about you. If you feed it, it might even bring you something in return. A button, a shiny rock, a soda tap art project. You're not imagining it. Crows are paying attention. Got a weird midnight question keeping you up? Drop it in the comments and maybe it will be featured in a future episode. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep wondering. And I will go and try and make a crow friend. I am Mari and this is Midnight Question.